just a quick update of all the progress I've been making. This will be back diff. I've put new brakes on it, new bearings, it's had new seals, new brake cylinders at the back. I've powder coated everything as well, like you see, looks quite nice. The adjuster at the bottom's been all copper greased up and everything, cleaned. I've put new handbrake levers, new rubbers on the back. There's my new cylinder with my new clip. Same on this other side, put all brand new bolts on as well. Brand new cylinder on this side, everything's all brand new again. I haven't tightened up this nut yet. I'm going to tighten that up to the specification and bend this prong back then, so it locks the thing. I've cleaned all the breather up on it, so that's all nice and clean. All inside there is clean. Now the back diff, I have changed these Planet wheel shims and the copper ones as well, up and down, done them as well. I have had to have the preload on the bearing. I'm going to have to redo it because I've went a bit too far with the preload, so I've had to order another crush washer thing, one of these. I've had to order a new one of them again and a new seal for in here. So when I strip it all back down, I'm going to redo all that, but this has been all completely cleaned out and everything. Absolutely spotless it is. So yeah, it's pretty good. Got a bit of play in it, I think. There you go, only a bit. Well, it's quite nice and stiff. So yeah, I've just got to do the preload again on that. That's all been powder coated as well, but I've got to redo that. So here's one of them. Where's the shaft for it? Let me just try and find the. Oh, there it is. I've replaced this as well. If I can get this focus. Where is it? It's got wear marks in it and I can feel it with my finger. So I've replaced that as well. Bought a new one of them. Bought the new pin what goes in the bottom as well. In the hole there. So that's done. Yeah, I should have got a lot more done, but I've been quite bad. I started with a virus and then it went from a virus to ending up pneumonia, so I'm still trying to get over it now. My voice is still not right, but I've been doing bits while I've been ill. They're my shafts, they've both been done. Powder coated the end on them, you can see, all nice. I've left that flange in metal because that's where the disc fits on, so I don't want to have powder coat on there because it might not sit flat then. I've done my drums as well, powder coated them, they're there. I've got brand new screws, like I said. I'm replacing every nut and bolt and pin. They're my drums, they're quite nice. Just hold them, and I've done. That's how it looks like. So it's still got bare metal on that bit where it goes onto there, so it won't get thingy, and that's all been done as well. So they are brand new, don't they, them? They're the old drums what were on the car, so I've redone both of them, so they're ready for go back on once I've done that nut, and I've put me back diffs redone. I've got to do that pinion. I'm going to have to redo that preload, I'm afraid. I'm not happy with it at all, so it's going to have to be redone. That is. But I'm going to have to find out the total settings for that bolt, that nut. I'm hoping I can find it somewhere. It's had new springs on as well. That goes around the back of there, stop it. It's to do with anti-rattle thing, so that's been done. It's had a new spring at the bottom as well. It's all been copper greased, so it should be Nice, all these surfaces have been cleaned. All nice and clean, just got to degrease them. Ready, I've got the sealant ready for go on them and the seals and everything. Seals there ready for go on. So yeah, I've sprayed some Build Amber wax in these as well. Stop them rusting out. I might redo them again. And on this side, but I'm afraid this hasn't turned out as best as it could have done really. It's come out dull. Because I powder coated it and done it with a heat gun, but it hasn't done a professional job, I'm afraid. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that, but it is what it is. But these here are nice and shiny because I can put these in the oven, you see. There's my oven. Put them in the oven, it does a lovely job. Then. But yeah, it's had all new bolts on it. I didn't want to put them the other way around just in case, so I've put them that road. I'm just going to put a bit of copper grease on them, stop them rusting. But yeah, that's all. It's all dead nice and tight now, that is. It's lovely. Feels a lot better. Like I said, it's all like brand new. It's all been cleaned out. But I've just got to do, like I said, the preload. I'm not happy with it, so like I said, I've had to order another one of them at nearly 10 quid. And another seal for the bottom, so I'm like nearly 20 quid in again, just do the preload on that, because I've gone slightly over on the preload and I'm not happy with it. These drive shafts have been all cleaned up, the back. As today, nice and neat. They've been all cleaned at the back rear, ready for when the seals go on. I think what I might do, because I've got to wait for the parts to come for stay. I've got to wait for the parts to come for redo that at the bottom. All that's been powder coated, but I'm going to have to redo that, the preload on the bearing, but it doesn't matter, I'll have to just do it and that can go in. I've got all somewhere on this messy bench, all brand new. All brand new they are, ready for go back on. There, they're in stainless steel so they won't rot, so when they go on they look quite nice. A bit of copper grease on these, stop them rusting, all on these, stop them rusting, then that'd be great. I've tightened up the drain plug at the bottom, that's been tightened up, ready. My filler plug at the back is loose, because what I'm going to do once I've rebuilt all the diff, I'm going to put it on a level service. I'm going to fill it up with oil until it runs out here, and I'm just going to tighten that up and just put that one side on a piece of cloth, wrap it up, and then I'm going to carry on with this body work. I want just get right underneath here done, right underneath here where the springs go, these hangers. I want to get all this all done, rust treated, and then I can start getting this all in primer. And all this can be in primer then. Inside the boot, I've been working on getting all this stuff off both sides. I'm hoping to get all this in primer. Then inside the boot bit, so that can be done. Hopefully, I'm going to look at doing that next week, because I want to order there my springs. I will order 2 brand new springs for it. Next, probably this month. Yeah, this month I'll order 2 brand new springs. I've got my poly bushes. I've got them already, because it's all going to be poly bushed. Once all this has been done on the car, all underneath's been done, I will get this then, get all my brackets on for my springs at the back, get the new poly bushes in. I can get the new springs on then and bolt them all up and get the axle back on. But at the moment I'm doing clean all inside the tunnel. I won't get all that done and underneath there, and get that done up to that piece of wood, and then I won't get this all in primer, seam sealed, stone chipped and spray green ready. So yeah, we're getting there. It's a slow process, but like I said, I've been quite ill, so I haven't done a lot. What I want to do a lot more than that. I picked up a second-hand one of these. It's in better condition than mine. If I put the radiator in, for the radiator surrounding. It's just, where is it now? Dude, there you go, there. Someone snapped the bolt in it, so gonna have to try and get that bolt out. If we can, if we can't, we'll just have to get it out and put a new washer, a new nut in. But yeah, I've got that for repair. A little bit bent there, what I'm gonna have to do, but we'll pull it in shape and we'll weld it from this side. Get some nice spot welds on it, because it looks like someone's been doing something to it. We'll rub it all down, spot weld it all, get it back to bare metal. And I might powder coat that, but I don't know if I can. If it fit in my oven, I'll have to try it. But yeah, got that as well, what I need to get done. But yeah, the car's pretty solid. Like I said, it's all into rust treated as well, and the rust hasn't come back. It's been stood like that for about a month or so. Hasn't come back yet. I've noticed it's got a few pinholes, so I've just spotted welded them up in that panel because I don't want no pinholes whatsoever if I can help it. That's where I've been buying my parts from. But I'm not very happy with some of the parts what have come, because these springs here, they've put me 2 left springs in the packet, because I bought a rebuild packet, and I got 2 left springs instead of left and a right, because them are different, left and rights are. So I've had to clean up one of the old ones, and they're completely different. If you look here, that's my old spring, and if you look here with the new spring they provided, it's completely different. I know this is for the other side, but it's completely different. That's taller, that is a lot bigger than that one. It's just not right. So it didn't fit, so I've had to clean up one of my old springs, powder coat it and put it on this side. The other side was alright with that spring, but it's still quite a big spring, that is. But yeah, I put it on anyway, so it is what it is. But I'm going to start buying them from Moss Motors from now on, because I've went on the website of Moss Motors and found out the springs what they were going to sell, they were £6 each, but they were them ones, and them ones fit perfect. So I'm going to have to learn my lesson with that one and start buying from Moss Motors. So I think my spring is going to buy from Moss Motors, just get them, and just have to get the rest of my parts from Moss Motors. A little bit dearer, but I suppose what they say is pay what you get for. But yeah, and he is quite solid now, so just got to tidy up there. And then I'm going to, like I said, we'll get all this into primer, and I'm going to seam seal the welds on the quarter panels, because I put these quarter panels on. I'm going to seam seal the back of there. Yeah, I've cleaned up best I can. I don't know if you can see. And I'm just going to seam seal that weld, and then I'm going to get the primer in the best I can. And then we'll paint it all. I want to rub all this down as well, all underneath here. We'll get it all into stone chip paint. And then once all that's done, we'll start thinking about spraying. Let me get that bar's trying to fall off the bench again. Start spraying, build amber stuff all inside the crevices then, and all behind, inside all here. Get it all in protection then. But yeah, it's getting there, but it's very slow because, like I said, I've been ill as well. But yeah, we'll get back onto the body, because I thought I'd have a bit of a break and do a bit of mechanical work, but this was filthy, this was. I thought I'll get a bit of mechanical work done now, but I've been bad and everything. But I've enjoyed doing the back diff. It's made a change to get off the body to get onto mechanical a bit. So yeah, I've got to make sure all these surfaces are clean. Like I said, I've got all the gaskets for them, but like I said, I can't do anything until my bits come for this and redo that, because the preload I looked in one of my books, it says use one of them, so That's what I've been doing. It does work, but I just slightly went over the preload, so what it says in the book to what it is now is just, it's slightly over, and it's just going to wear the bearings out, isn't it? So redo them. It is what it is, isn't it? You know, we're all not perfect, so just going to have to redo it. I'm not a professional, so, you know, make mistakes. You learn by your mistakes, don't you? So it's what it is. So yeah, we'll get that done, like I said. But yeah, I'm just renewing everything now. It's brand new stuff. I've got brand new, I've ordered me brake pipe fittings as well, because they're different than ones I've got for modern cars, the threads are. So I've ordered them, they're on the way. I've already got brake pipes, brand new brake pipes, copper pipes, what I'm going to be running. Where them other things gone now off here? That's what, they're my back pads, what I put on, back shoes. Just cheap things, because should do the job. Yeah, can't find. Where have they gone now? Today I'm just in one massive mess in this garage at the moment, but I think, well, like you can see, it's just stuff everywhere at the moment. I think what I'll do, I'll have a massive clean out when this back diff's done, move it off, massive clean out the garage. I cannot find them bits. Where are they gone now? That's a bit worrying, because I wanted them. I thought I put one in this box. Not on the floor, no. I must have put them somewhere safe, but I will be needing them. Where have you gone? Oh. Nope, can't find them at all. They were on here. They were on here, I know that. I don't know where they've gone, the straps that go around here for the brake pipes. I cleaned the old ones up. They came up quite nice, they were brass. Where are they gone? I'll find them. And they're not on the floor. Can't miss them, because they're quite long. And the brass ones as well. I don't know where they gone. It must be something weird. They might be in this box. Yeah, they are. I put some stuff pretty safe, so that's when you're doing a build. Now these here are for the brake pipes at the back, the straps that go around the diff, like that. So I'm going to make sure I try to get all the bends out of them, because I was going to buy some new ones, and then I thought, you know what, I polish these up and they're brass. I don't know if the new ones are brass what you buy, but these are all brass. So if I can tap away all these out and get them quite flat, and then wrap them around with my new brake copper pipes, all polished up, it looked quite nice, that would. But I'm not happy with the back diff, how it's turned out with this dullness, but I'll have to do, because I'm not stripping all that off to redoing it all, because it's a lot of work. But it's protected, I suppose, and that's what the main thing is. I've got all my shackles and everything for my springs. I've got everything ready. That rubber bit, because this is off here. Well, my car's the 1.31, and that's off the bigger engine. axle is slightly different. I don't know where the rubber is in here. We're going to have to change the handbrake as well. But yeah, I've got that rubber there, and that bolts onto there. And then my handbrake cable then comes through, bolts onto there, goes onto these two, and then comes through to here. And then I'm going to have to make a bracket here then, so I can fasten it to this. And goes then to the car then, to the handbrake. But at the moment it's looking alright. He's shackled. I've got the rubber bits. I've just got to clean them up somewhere. They're somewhere in the garage. Clean them up and then they can be fastened up. But yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, we're looking better now. Yeah, I'm replacing a lot of these stuff. All these, I've got brand new ones of these, what I've bought. And I've powder coated the brand new ones as well, up to the threads. Left the threads bare, and then I'll just copper grease them. Bought brand new ones of these as well at the back. I've renewing the whole lot. Brand news of these I bought because the threads don't look too good on these. These were off my car, and the threads weren't very good. I think that one's alright. I think it was another one, the other side, and hang on. There it is. I don't know if it focus. No, it won't focus. Let's see if we can put my hand. The threads are just gone on it, aren't they? That one is. So I'm replacing them with all brand new. So I've got them. Don't know what offer this is to now. I know what them for. Then for me, for this side, what goes on the bracket, because you've got plastic washers in these. I'm going to buy brand new ones of them plastic washers, and I've already got brand new nuts and bolts, so they're all sorted. Just got to buy the plastic washers, but I order them when I order my springs as well, so they can be done. I've got all brand new these poly bushes, the dark blue ones. Because these, I've been told, are not the best quality, so I'm replacing them all for brand new. What else? I've got these poly bushes, replacing all these to brand new. So the whole back end is just all brand new. Poly bushes, everything on it. I've got a newish tank. It's not brand new, but it's way better than mine. A lot better. So that's going to be all made. I've made sure it's all clean inside and it's spotless. So that's going to be done and put on. That can be put on hopefully in a couple of weeks as well. Once I've got it all in paint and everything, so that can go back on the tank. I want sound deadening all the floor pans as well, so I won't put sound deadening in the boot, so I'll probably order that as well. Get that put in, ready into the boot, so the boot's all done, and I can just cover it up. And then I can work on all in here then. Empty the old car, we'll get all this done. The whole lot. And then all the new, strip all the floor pans, strip all that. I've already started stripping it all. Get it all into bare metal. Rip out the front bit, rip out the dashboard. That's nearly out anyway. I think that's preferably, it's probably out now. Yeah, it's just wiring loom in it. Disconnect all that because we're scrapping the wiring loom, building my own. We'll get this all in primer. Stone chipped. I want stone chip in here. I don't know if it's going to make any difference. Seam seal it all as well. Stone chip it all. I just want it so it's got stone chip on it and it's solid. And then I want to paint this all green, the whole lot. But I've got to repair the dashboard. I think it's where the battery rubs through. I don't know, if I might be wrong, but someone's already been welding because there's welding wire poking through, so I'm going to clean all that up, patch them up, get this all cleaned up all in here, and then I can get this all in primer, like I said, stone chip it, Oh, I'm going to load a stone chip around the floors, and then this can just be in normal paint. That can be done. That steering column can be taken out. Yeah, we're getting there. That's all me. Spot welds will come through nicely. I want to clean all this up, like I said. So yeah, we're getting there now. But like I said, I'm still not right. I'm still not 100%. That's another spare diff there I've got. That's my engine. My gearbox. Might start thinking, I might start looking at stripping that gearbox down. I've got another spare one as well. That's my drive shaft. I might get that done as well, because I won't replace these. I won't replace all these as well. I won't get the bleed nipple ones, so I can the nipple ones, so I can grease them there, keep them greased. Yeah, that's my shaft. It's all going to have to be sandblasted and cleaned up, painted. Yeah, that's my engine. There's a plate on it. I'm going to strip this engine completely down and have a look at it. It's a bit oily. It's got a bit of a... It's got some oil leaks, this engine has, I know that. It loves leaking oil everywhere, so we'll get that all stripped. New seals. And think about a rebore. I want to have a look at this head, see if he's... Apparently it's already been done for unleaded and all that, so... But I don't know if it has or hasn't. That's what I got told when I bought the car, so... Yeah, we'll have to have a massive strip down of this. New chain. I might do the sprockets for variable timing and all that. Thinking about the heater. That is a brand new tap, that is there. Because it was leaking when I bought it, so I put a brand new one on. I'm thinking of seeing if I can change it to one what I can adjust in the car, so I can turn it up, down, or turn it off in the car itself at the dashboard. That'd be quite a nice idea. And then I want to start looking at building this here for putting my sub in and my 2 speakers at the back, and putting the amp in the boot. I've got an amp what I want put in here. Build something. I want build these. What I want to do, let's move that cloth. What I want to do is like this. Here, I want to build a panel here, and then I want to cover it all, and then I can fasten it to this, so you don't see any of this inside. So I can really wax oil the hell out of this in that corner, and then put a cover on it, like make a fancy thing up and cover it all. And I want to do a boot carpet in it. So yeah, I'm thinking about, like I said, probably this side, doing that, and then putting an amp here so I can run my subs and my speakers in the back of the car, and then probably 2 speakers in the front of the car as well with tweeters if I can fit them. I'm thinking about building when the dashboard goes back in, building a thing coming down here so I can put my stereo where the gear stick is. Here I've got a stereo for go in it, what I've already showed you. And then I'm thinking where the stereo can go, I can put the 2 speakers in the side there, and then put 2 tweeters somewhere in the dashboard. I don't know, I'll have to have a good look at that. But yeah, a bit of a mess still, but all this wiring loom, it's all going to be replaced. I'm building my own wiring loom for it, because I want to put a load of relays in everything. I want to make sure it's all relayed as well, so nothing won't go wrong. Take the pressure off the switches, don't it? Relays does, so yeah. And then I don't know what to do about the back bit. I don't know about putting the old bumpers back on or debumping it and having no bumpers and just have another plate with a light. But it means I've got to weld up these holes then. So I should have thought of that, because I could have bought the panel without. Or put the old bumpers back on, try polish them up the best I can, because it's the cost of getting them re-chromed or cost of buying new ones, the stupid money. So I don't know, it's either, like I said, de-bumper it, we don't have no bumpers on, or I'll do the bumpers, clean them up the best I can. Or another idea I did have, and I don't know if it's going to work out, is stripping the chrome off the bumpers, spraying them all black, and then hydro dipping them in carbon fibre, and then lacquering them, putting them back on. I don't know. I like the chrome bumpers, so I might have to just polish them the best I can, the chrome, because my front bumper, let me, if I can get around just about. Stay there. Right, these are my front bumpers, and they're a bit pitted. I suppose it might, if I use, see what I mean? If I use the trick of tin foil and try to rub at it and then polish it the best I can, it might come up. I'll have to give it a go. And if they do, I can put them back on again. But yeah, we're getting there. It's just like I said, I've been ill. And it's just basically slowed me right up, because I had a week off a couple of weeks ago. Was going to get cracking with it. And then ended up, got a virus. Then the virus ended up turning to pneumonia, and then I've been in hospital with pneumonia. And then I've just been coming in, just doing bits when I'm bored, because I've been off work for a week, being bad. But the first week when I was off work, I was ill, so I didn't do hardly anything. And then the second week I was in hospital, come out of hospital, and been sitting in the house trying to get better, and been ill. So I've been just popping out and just building this axle back up bit by bit by bit, and getting things into a bit of powder coat. But yeah, that's my drums. Like I said, I've got my alloy wheels, what I've got to refurb and powder coat them. They should just about fit in my oven. So I'm thinking, once my wheels been powder coated in white with the red drums, it should look quite nice. Plus the brake calipers on the front are going to be in red as well, because they're me just normal steel wheels where I've got nice alloys to put on it. I'm just thinking, with the nice alloys in white with the red showing through, we should pop with the, I've got the hard top as well for it. I'm going to put that in, that's going to be white as well, so it's going to have white roof, green car, white wheels. Dashboard's going to be hydro dipped in carbon fibre, so it'll look quite funky, sporty. All the clock dials are going to be strip cleaned, put back in. I have that clock dial there, the one that does the oil pressure and the water temperature. I bought two what are separate, because I'm going to put, because on this is where the water temperature is done by a thing like where it heats up, and then I don't know how it all works, but it's like a mechanical type of thing where I want to do it to an electric sensor. So I'm going to put two extra gauges in. That's why when I build that center column going down to where the gear stick is, where the radio going to go, I'm hoping to have room then put 3 more gauges. So I have the fuel, I'll have the oil pressure there in the dashboard, the water temperature can go in the bottom bit, and well, I've got a voltmeter as well, and I've got a vacuum meter as well, what I'm going to put on as well. So I'm going to have to put 3 gauges at the bottom. Radio's going to have to go at the bottom, and maybe another switch for this idea what I've got for the engine heater tap. So yeah, I might have to do another switch for that, but I'll probably do it in the centre column for mine, and don't really butcher the dashboard, just leave it how it is. But like I say, it's going to be carbon fibred, hydro dipped in carbon fibred, and then lacquered and polished up, so it looked quite nice. I think look nicer than that thing there, because that's quite, like I said, it's It's not the best, it's quite rusty and everything, so it'll look better than what it was. But yeah, it's had a lot of welding's been done. I've welded it all here, welded it all down here. It's all been welded. It's all nice and solid. It's all solid in the boot. Like I said, I've just got to now think about getting underneath there, and I can get it in primer, get it stone chipped, and get it painted. And then, like I said, once that's all back together, back on the car with all new springs and everything, I'm going to just wrap it all up then. All underneath this back bit, what I've done, wrap it all so it doesn't get dusty, and then I can then carry on then I can then drop it back on the wheels down and jack the front of the car right up in the air like this, really high up. Get it like 4 or 5 foot up in the air at the front, and I can completely then do all underneath the floor pans, finish off all that, do the floor pans inside, get that all into paint, stone chipped and everything. Then I can start then concentrating on engine bay and finish off the welding, because I have got quite a bit of welding to do at the front. I've got that wing, inner wing I've got to do where the brake pipe bolts onto like a 3-way. I think it's 4-way, isn't it? Because your brake switch is connected to it as well for pressure, so it can turn on your brake lights. So I've got to weld that, because where the bolt goes through, it's rusted through, I've noticed, and it's quite bad, so that's got to be done. I'm just going to cut it out, plate it in and weld it all up. And where the triangle shape is at the bottom, that's rotten through. I've got a new panel for that for put in, so that can be done. I have showed you I've got a new panel, the front panel there that goes at the front, that's got to be all stripped and redone, but it doesn't need no welding, it's like brand new, that is. Yeah, I've got to sort out this. Looks quite bad, but it's just service, so it's way better than mine. Mine's quite bent, mine is. I've got a alloy radiator to go in then, so when this has all been painted, done, I might be able to then get my alloy radiator fastened to this, and that's done. What else I've got to do? But yeah, we are getting there. It's just going to take a lot of time. Like I said, I've just found a few pinholes in this, so I'll just done them. Just got to grind it down now. But yeah, it's looking better. It's solid now. It's all solid metal. All this back end, I think it's solid up to here. Now, all that's completely solid. Apart from these doors, I've got to reskin them. I've got the door skins, but yeah, we'll get them done. Strip them down, get them done, and we'll put the new door skins on. That's not a bad job, because it's quite. Let's move my coat. It's just full of filler. This is so yeah, we'll get that done. A lot, and then it's got to be all bare metalled. So I'm hoping I can start probably looking at bare metal in it as well. In a couple more months, start bare metaling all the car, getting it all into primer, seal it off, and then we can start body filling then. Lots of body filling then, for shape it all. Especially like all these panels here, shaping this. I have to just bang this in a bit here, feels a bit higher there. But yeah, we just have to bang it in a bit, shape it with some body filler, get a nice shape on it, get a nice shape on that, and that can be done then. And all this, just make sure it's all shaped nicely. But yeah, we are getting there. I'd say it's just slow progress, because when you're doing stuff to this standard of stripping every bit down and cleaning it all out, getting every bit of dirt out of it, And these planet wheels, these shims here were absolutely, one side was worn out that much, it was unreal. But that feels absolutely lovely now. Dead tight, no play, hardly any play in it whatsoever now. Lovely that is. It's had all new copper bushes been put in, and these shims as well, so that's all been done. All these teeth are absolutely perfect. That was perfect at the bottom, no marks on it whatsoever. So yeah, like I said, it's just the preload. What I did wrong, just slightly went over. I'm not happy with it. But yeah, my powder coat came out pretty nice on that. But yeah, like I said, it went slightly over on preload, so I'll have to strip it down, redo that. But yeah, we're getting there. I've ordered any parts for the car? I don't think I have. I think I spent about, I think I'm looking at about 130, 140 quid on the back diff now. Replacing everything. All the brakes and everything, and bearings and cylinders and all the back diff. It's end up adding up to some money, but you know, it's got to be done. It's got to be done, and it plus the powder coating as well. But yeah, as standard, the powder coating looks quite nice. Dead shiny. Like I said, it looks like brand new. They do now. But yeah, just please subscribe and keep my channel going, because I don't get paid at all off YouTube yet, so because I haven't got enough subscribers and stuff. So I'm hoping I can start getting a bit, so I can start pouring it into the project, really, because it's expensive. And I'm trying to do the best I can with what I've got, because of the money and everything, you know. We've got bills to pay at the end of the day, and I've got to get all this done as well. So I say I don't get paid off YouTube at all. It's just basically what content I'm putting out there. But yeah, it's all solid now in here. It's just the content I'm putting out there. It's costing me money at the end of the day for all the parts, and I'm not getting anything off YouTube at all. So not sponsored by anybody or anything. So everything what I'm buying, tools I'm buying, is all on my pocket at the end of the day. Bought this socket here for go on the back. I've done one video on it. It's massive, that end is, so it's ridiculous, that is. It must be for a wagon. So what I'm thinking about doing, I don't know if I can get an adapter to bring it down to a small size, but if you put the two sockets together, look at the size of them difference. And that's quite a biggish one, that is. But yeah, so what I'm thinking I might have to do is get an old socket what I don't use. I might put it on there and weld it all around solid, so then I can torque wrench, put the torque wrench on, torque these up then, instead of, unless I can buy an adapter. But I've had a look and I can't see anything on the internet, so I might have to just grind this back bare metal, get an old socket what I don't use, not this one, because I do use this one. This one's quite a biggish one, 36 mil. If you want to know the size for this, where is it? That's the size what you require. That's the size what you require for that. It's quite a big one, that one is. So yeah, that's the size you need if you're interested. But like I said, I'll just get an old socket, I think. I'll bang it on like that. Or weld a bead around it all the way around. So then that'll be solid, and then I can get my torque wrench, torque this up. If I can find a torque wrench setting for it. Yeah, the breather was all cleaned up, made sure it's breathing alright. So yeah, that's my progress. So, you know, if you can please subscribe and get my channel a bit bigger, that'd be absolutely wonderful. I won't be putting this one back on, This one's from the other diff. Like I said, the other diffs, because it's off a bigger, it's off the 1500 car. They've got a different handbrake on them. And be honest, with this handbrake how it is, and I've noticed, where is he? If I can find them, there they are. Why I've had to replace these here, these bits, to brand new ones, because I noticed, I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, I've showed you on another video, one hole's bigger than the other. That one's bigger than that one. Come on, focus. That one's bigger than that hole. So that's why I've ended up buying two brand new ones, and they both exactly the same hole. So someone's been rigging up, haven't they? Because I don't know if I've got them still on here. There you go. These pins here, the back, one's slightly bigger than the other one. So yeah, there you go. One's slightly bigger than the other one. So I thought, you know what? I've got to replace the handbrake anyway. Cable for the other one. So I thought I'll buy two brand new ones of them, and then the handbrake cable should go on perfect. Fasten up, not a problem. Because I'm a bit worried with, where have I put them now? With this one here, have they drilled, this is for the handbrake, have they drilled some of these holes out a bit bigger? I don't know if they have. Drilled them out a bit bigger, that means I'm going to have to buy new rods then. And then you've got all this mechanism as well. It should have a bleed nipple at the top. Mine's, don't know if it's been snapped off or missing. There's a lot of moving parts to this, I think. A lot of moving parts. You've got a bolt there, what you can adjust. I just think there's a lot of moving parts with this one. Where with the other, the 1500 axle is just basically a rubber mounting, what I showed you. You bolt the handbrake cable. There, goes through to your handbrake in the car. Done. It's less moving parts, isn't it? I just think they were off my old axle. I've had to replace this axle because it was all pitted at the back. That's why I've had to get this one, and it's the wrong one. Because like I said, you've got your handbrake brackets there. It's different. But it doesn't matter, it should work out the same. I don't think it'd be any different. The handbrake cable should fit the same on the cars, because the cars are still the same size, aren't they? At the end of the day, they just fitted a bit different on here, so I just think it should work out. Can't see why not. Like I said, I won't do away with that because there's a lot of moving parts, that is. To simplifying it with a bit of rubber and handbrake cable, what works both sides at the same time. It's just less movement. Yeah, so we are getting there. The adjusters have all been greased up. These adjusters have all been greased up. Oh, you move that in a moment. Well, they have been greased up. Let's get a pair of pliers on it. They do adjust up, so they've been all greased up ready on this side as well. All been done. I'll say I'm just waiting for them to come. Can redo that back diff, and then I've got the sealant, the special sealant stuff, that's quite expensive stuff to put on this. Then I can put the seal on, put the back diff back in. Then I can start thinking about putting the shafts back in, then putting the seals all on here, sealing them, putting the shafts back in. Drums can go back on then, bang, bish bash bosh, done. And then I can then put this back on the car, set the handbrake. Once I've got the handbrake, I can get the handbrake on. I have bought, that's another thing I have bought. I bought brand new brake hoses as well for them, for this, where it comes off the back diff. Connects to the car, then goes to a copper line. And I've got the two front hoses as well, brand new. I bought the braided ones So they should last then. So yeah, they've been done then. I can't think of anything else. The back boot's been well. I did have a rack on it. I've welded the holes up on that because I'm going to do away with the wrap because it's quite heavy. And I think when you've got the boot up with the boot lever, I do think it's quite heavy. So I've took that off. I liked it on, but I've took it off because I just wanted it to look a bit sportified. So I thought I'll take that off, weld them holes up, so they've been welded up. But yeah, I might start thinking about stripping that paint off the back boot, start getting it into primer, conceal it then. Then I can start thinking about body filling. Then getting some bits done and getting the doors done as well, because well, summer's here now nearly. Well, it is here, isn't it? And I should be really thinking getting this bodywork in paint really, but I'm that behind on it. It's got a crease in that door as well, I noticed. But yeah, I should really be getting this into paint, but it is what it is. I've got blistering there because that's because I was eating up back here, just scraping all the crap off it. But it doesn't matter, this is going to be bare metal anyway. But yeah, I think I'm going to try and do a bit more videoing really and showing you doing stuff, because I haven't done that. I'm just trying to show you what I've done at the end. I think some people might like to see like how to do stuff. I don't know, you have to put it in the comments if you'd like to see me doing stuff, or do you just like quick updates or what? I don't know. But yeah, well, I'll get in there. Like I say, that's been bare metalled up to there because I cut this bit to get the door gap in a bit better. But yeah, it's door shuts nicely. Yeah, it's quite good. I'll say it's going to have a new door skin, but I think when we take these doors completely off the hinges in here, I think what we'll do, take the window out of course and take the quarter panel out, take that off. I think what we'll do then is once we get the door, we'll grind all this lip then, take the door skin off completely, then have a look, see if we need to repair any of this lip down here, get it repaired, and then before we put the new door skin on, I think I will get it all this bare metal back here, we'll get it all in paint it all. Then when we put the new door skin on, we'll get that all in paint as well, so it looks dead neat and nice. And then I think what we'll do then, we'll put a sealant. We put a sealant between the two panels before we put the door skin on, and then we can bend the lip over then. And then you've got weldies up here then. So yeah, so it's going to have sealant between the two panels as well. So that means it should hopefully squeeze out in between here as well, the sealant. So then that will stop then rust forming on this lip inside. So hopefully then it won't blister out again. And then I think what we'll do then, once it's all been put back together again, we'll spray Build Amber wax all in the bottom then, and make sure, don't think this door has got any drain holes in it, panel. I don't know, I'll have to have a look. Oh yeah, it has there. We'll make sure we've got drain holes in it. It looks like it might have. Make sure the drain holes are in it, and then we can get then water will get out then, and it's going to have seam sealant all between the whole door skin all the way around, and then replacing all these rubbers as well. But yeah, we'll get in there. Just rambling on now, aren't I? But yeah, it's just a lot of work. Like I said, I want to get that done as well. Get it stripped, get that done. Need grind down like we spot welds on this, where I spot welded for the boot. We grind all that down. Make sure that's a bit rough there. Make sure it's not rough. Yeah, just neaten everything up before we get the primer in the boot. But yeah, I'm hoping, like I said, if next week I can get out, get underneath here finished, all underneath there. Gonna have to probably look at where this new panel goes on here. I have noticed, and I haven't done it yet. Where the new, I don't know if you can see, should be just about where the new panel goes on to the old panel here. Where this new quarter panel is slightly bigger here. We need a bit of light, don't we? It's slightly a bit bigger there, so I'm gonna have to measure this. Then we'll have to draw a line and then just cut the assets off along here, or we just taper it down like that. We'll just do it from there and just taper it down, cut that off so it meets, it's still the same, meets it all the way around then. And then we're gonna have to then get this all in primer and think about seam sealing it all. But yeah, nice and solid now. Yeah, this back axle I'm gonna have to finish it. But yeah, just please subscribe. Like I said, I don't get paid, so it's all coming out of my own pocket. I would love to hopefully start getting paid a little bit, so I can start just pouring it into this car a bit more, and hopefully speeding it up a bit more, the project, because the cost of doing this car is just stupid money at the moment. Like I said, to do that bad diff, you're looking at about 130, 140 quid. And that's renewing. I know I'm renewing everything and doing a proper job. Like you can see, all brand new nuts, bolts, everything. You see it's a proper job on it, so yeah, it just costs money, but all adds up. But it's got to be done, ain't it? You've got to do the job right, because you don't need no MOTs on the cars, do you? So I've got to make sure it's right, done right, top to bottom. So yeah, I'm looking forward to diving in that engine. I have got engine stand, so I think what we'll do, because we'll have to have a massive tidy up in this garage, I think we'll have a massive tidy up when this back disc finished. Get that back in, get it filled with oil, I'll get it all covered up. I think then we'll just have a massive tidy up in this garage and throw a load of stuff out, so I can get the other car back in the garage then as well. I think then we'll start getting this into primer. I am so much looking forward to getting some paint on this car. And the fuel pump, what goes underneath the car there, I'm thinking I might put it underneath here in the engine bay to the fuel, to the carburetor, because just thinking getting it out of where the rain is, you know, wetness and stuff, I might just put it underneath there. I don't know yet, or I might just shove it back underneath the car. I'm gonna have to think on this, because I just don't know what to do with that. The fuel pump, don't know about shifting it, like I say, and just getting rid of it underneath the bonnet. I am thinking about, I've got the original bonnet for the car. Keep thinking about changing the bonnet to a 5-glass one with the bulge in it. I've seen one on eBay. It's a lot of money, but I think it's, is it 300 quid or over, or 200 now? Thinking about that. I don't know yet. Just make it look a bit sportier, won't it? I think. But yeah, I want to try and get that bonnet done, that boot done, and just finish off in here this week. Get that side cleaned off still, get all this completely rubbed down, get some primer on, and get underneath there done where the spring hangers are, because like I said, I'm thinking about another couple of weeks I'll order brand new springs. They're not cheap money, are they? They're about, what, they're 60 odd quid each off Moss Motors, but I'm gonna have to get them, because then one spring has sagged on this car. I've noticed it was leaning, the driver's side was down on that side. I think it was about 1 inch out when I measured it, and I have looked when I stripped it down, because I thought, is the axle, is the chassis out on it or anything? But then when I did look, it springs off, and this leaf spring's weak. It is a lot weaker. I have noticed you can really press it down a lot more easier than the other one. So yeah, it's just sagged. You do. So yeah, I'm going to order 2 brand new ones and just put them on. And you come with these bushes anyway, already in what I've seen of the photos. So, and like I said, I've got all brand new poly bushes for go on it. But yeah, like I said, using this Build Amber spray wax for inside these. Where is it? Did you fall? Yeah, it fell off the bench. I broke me bleeding spray. I don't know if it's going to work. That's what I've used. It's good stuff. But I stood on me. It fell off my bench and I stood on it and broke it. My end. So I don't know if it's going to still work. Just about. I don't think it will, because it looks like it's completely broke. Just wondering, would that end pull? No, it won't. I'll have to see about redoing that. That's broke, that is now, that nozzle. I'll just buy another can of that. That's not cheap stuff, another can of that. And I can use that then, Lance then, to get back in and just give them another spray. Another coating. I won't really coat them inside so it doesn't rot out these. Doesn't normally rot out these do. But like what I say, water gets in, it traps, but you've got little holes in them, so it should release the water. Little hole there. Just make sure if you're doing your axle, make sure this is all cleaned out, so water can go through and get out. Same again. Just make sure these holes are all cleaned out, and you've got like little holes going around the thing. Little holes. Just make sure they're all cleaned out, so water can pass through. They're the old rubbers, but they're still in very good order. I've just given them a bit of a clean up, shoved them on. They're done now. I've put a bit of grease around them as well, stop water penetrating, rotting. So they've been done. But yeah, if you could please subscribe, that'd be a massive help. Any new subscribers or your friends or whatever, just tell them please subscribe. And see if I can start getting paid a little bit off YouTube, because like I said, it's getting quite expensive, this car. And a bit of money what I can chuck into it gives you more content for you lot, and I can start showing you how to do stuff, because I'm gonna have to start doing that, I think. But yeah, put it in a comment if you want to see me like building stuff like the whole engine rebuild, stripping that down and sending it off to engine specialists, get it all rebored out, new pistons, and I can put the crank back in, put the pistons back in myself, new piston rings, oil rings, everything. Put the racing cam in and try to time it up. I've never done that before on one of these engines, so got to get my head around all that. I've got another brand new clutch for it. I've got a release bearing, a proper bearing for the clutch I'm putting in, I'm converting it. If you want me to show you stripping the gearbox down, I've not really stripped one of them down before, but you know what, got Ains manual, I can learn. Let's take that off, we'll strip all that down, we'll get that all into powder coat, put that back on. I might powder coat the whole casing of this as well, so it looks dead nice. That's the reverse switch. It doesn't look very clever, but we'll have a look at it, see how bad it is. But yeah, we might get a brand new reverse switch. And there's the connection. Now I am thinking, I know these are the original bullet connections for the car. I'm thinking about cutting these off and putting waterproof connections on them, so they can click in the waterproof. I think it might make the car more reliable, because with these old cars, I think that's what kills them really, is the electrics on them, with having these bullet connections. And once you start corroding a bit, then you start having loads of loads of issues with stuff. So I'm thinking eliminating it by changing all these to waterproof connection, same as on the back lights. When I put my back lights back in, putting the proper connectors on, waterproof connectors, and the one at the front of the car as well, where they go into the engine bay. You've got all these connections right over there in that area. You've got all connections. I'm thinking about taking them all off and putting just a connection on, a waterproof connection, to click them all in, and that wiring loom then goes all in the back of the car, and then you won't get no problems. Because when I first had this car, I noticed the indicators were playing up. They weren't indicating and they weren't working at the back, but they were working on the front, and it ended up connection underneath the dashboard. Now it was a right sod for getting underneath without taking the dashboard out to doing it. I did it, but it was a sod. I'm thinking about eliminating all that completely and just putting proper connections, waterproof connections, so it's done. That's what I'm thinking about. But yeah, so if you can get, you know, please subscribe and please put comments, and I will try my best. Like I said, I'm thinking about showing you more in detail, stripping stuff down. I have done car mechanics years ago. I went to college and learnt car mechanics, so I'm very practical. You know, like, I've never ever stripped a back diff down before, rebuilt one, but I did this one. Not complicated, quite easy getting all this out. You've got a pin what goes through here. Now you can knock, it's a little hole on this side. If you get a little, anything little what you can get it, knock that pin out that road, and then you can get the shaft out then, and then these Planet wheels come out then. You have to just make sure you rotate them out, like spin them out. Spin one road, spin the one road, and then take them out to replace all your shims. But yeah, there's no play now in that. It's all solid. But like I said, I did learn a bit about car mechanics, but I just decided to, you know, I've never really went into car mechanics. I just did it, and then I ended up, I wanted a full-time job. So I went and working, doing whatever then. But at the moment, you know, I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm a caretaker at a school, so it's quite nice. But yeah, I've just got to keep plodding along. But yeah, like I said, I've checked the backlash on this for the gauge. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that, because I haven't changed these bearings. These bearings are good bearings. There's nothing up with the bearings, so I've not changed them. I've left them, and the shims what are in it and everything, that is not that, it's spot on. I've just got to, like I said, just got to redo the preload, because I'm not happy with the preload because I went slightly over. That was my own fault. Not very happy, but hey ho. But yeah, if you could please subscribe, it'd be a massive help. Thank you very much.